We know that wildfires do continue to scorch parts of Idaho and ranchers' bottom lines. The Idaho Cattle Association is stepping in, hoping to help beef cattle producers through a relief fund. Abby Davis learned the association needs all of the help it can get.
Andrea, the Wildfire Relief Fund is funded through private donations. The association says the more money, the more ranchers and people they can help.
Wildfires is a reality of being a rancher in Idaho.
Even though it happens every year, Jay Smith says wildfire season doesn't get any easier.
There was never a summer when somebody I knew personally wasn't directly affected by wildfire in Idaho. So it hits close to home, and it hits close to home every single year.
This summer, KTVB talked to several ranchers affected.
We've kicked the cattle down in these lower pastures and are trying to get them out of the way.
We lost about three and a half months of grazing for over half of our operation.
The Idaho Cattle Association says ranchers shouldn't deal with the aftermath alone.
In the times of emergency and need, we want to be there to support.
The association just started taking donations for their annual Wildlife Relief Fund. Spokesperson Morgan Lutkin says the money will go to ranchers and people who fought fires that threatened cattle producers' livestock and property.
Animal loss or feed loss or whatever it was, they know right from the beginning we can't necessarily cover their entire cost, but any little bit helps.
The fund helped keep Smith's Ranch running after a wildfire burned more than 120,000 acres near Salmon in 2022.
It was a very stressful summer.
Bureau of Land Management policy for rehabbing land near wildfire usually requires ranchers to move their livestock. To keep his grazing permit, Smith used a $10,000 payment to start a virtual fencing project with the University of Idaho.
When grazing is your resource and that resource equals your income, when you don't have it, you don't have it. So if a small amount of money can make a large difference in a family or multiple families' lives, then it's money well spent.
People have until mid-October to apply. Again, how many people the association can help just depends on how much money comes in. But Andrea Lutkin did say that they do plan on splitting that money evenly.
All right. Thank you very much, Abby, for that update.